I think there's some really exciting companies in the IT space within Australia. A lot of them aren't exciting, and I think you have to be really discerning. And I think a big difference in what you're looking at is there truly a global opportunity for this business, and is it solving a problem, and is it solving in a way that can scale? The reality is most of them aren't. So either they don't have product market fit, or it might be solving a problem, but it's a localized problem, and that's not going to be able to scale out. If it is just a localized problem and specific to Australia, then you need to be pretty tight and disciplined about the price you're paying, because that company's not going to be able to grow into a market that's 13 times larger. For companies that can do that, I think they're definitely worth a significant premium. And you look at an Altium, you look at an Afterpay, they've managed to do that, and they've grown into much bigger markets and succeeded in doing so. Those companies are never going to be classically cheap, but that doesn't mean that they can't add a lot of value. And I think that so long as they're able to keep progressively scaling into new places with attractive economics in a disciplined way, then those kind of businesses are definitely worth a premium. I think Altium's got a really bright future. And if you look at the past few years, the last 3 fiscal years, the revenue accelerated. They posted mid-30s EBITDA margins, even though they expense all of their R&D, which for anyone who gets into the gobbledygook of how accounting works with software companies on the ASX, typically companies will capitalize so it doesn't go through the income statement. It's all a roundabout way of saying that Altium is probably more profitable relative to other software companies than the income statement would suggest. Even you look at the last 2 years, new seat growth for Altium Designer, which is their flagship product, has accelerated. They've got really tight cost controls, and I think that when you look at it, a business that pays out something like half of profits as dividends, but is still able to grow its top line in the 20s, that's a really rare feat. You don't see that very often. And I've always felt like that was just a simple calling card, that something was going really right with the business. And when you look at the acceleration in new seat sales, plus their cloud product is getting traction, has key reference clients now, and they're trying to solve for this pain point between manufacturers and designers. It's a bit of a long story short, but they're trying to create a solution, a marketplace where they can connect idle capacity for manufacturers with people who want their circuit boards. The idea is what they've designed and created to actually be printed in a low stress, low cost way. They're trying to solve for that. If they can, I think that's a really big opportunity. But I consider that a nice to have call option just on top of the core product, Altium Designer, which is gaining share against stagnant competitors, has flexed pricing power, and yet has increased renewal rates over the past several years. And you got a management team with a lot of skin in the game that's executed really well.